All right, good evening. Welcome to the choir portion of the concert. We're delighted to be singing for you. I think we're ready to go. That was probably the least smooth change I've ever had in my career, but such is life when we're trying to do 3 concerts back to back like this. So we are beginning with a piece called Sarita, which is from hang on, let me make sure I say this right. It's a term of greeting in the Shona language from the country of Zimbabwe, similar to the word shalom in Hebrew. So we want to offer this as a welcoming song to you. And this is actually the first time that this ensemble has sung in public since last February when we sang for our Solo and Ensemble Festival. We weren't able to do anything for our annual Candlelight concert in December. So we are delighted to offer you this music tonight for the first time in over a year. We're really excited. So without further ado, we'll get started. And that song featured a wonderful percussionist, Mr. Marcus Pope, our percussion instructor, and our guest percussionist from the upper school band, Colin Greer. Thanks, Colin. Thank you, Mr. Pope. And that also featured our wonderful trio of sopranos and altos from our 11th and 12th grade group, Lauren Knapp, Sarah Beth, and Riley Shields. One more hand for them, please, for singing that so beautifully. So I think, I haven't counted up the hours, but if I did, I think this group has only rehearsed together for maybe 5 or 6 hours total over the course of this year. Like the band, we've been split up into separate sections by 9th and 10th grade and 11th and 12th grade, and just the way it worked out, 13 of them are in 9th and 10th grade, and 5 of them are in 11th and 12th grade. So it's been very interesting rehearsing these pieces together when we don't have all the parts there. This was actually probably our hardest song, so I'm glad we got it out of the way at the beginning, and it's also a wonderful song to start with, but now we can sort of relax with our other pieces. So this next one is an interesting song. It's called Tourbillon, and if any of you are French Renaissance scholars, which I'm sure there are many of you out there, you may know that Tourbillon is a French dance from the Renaissance, and this is a lively song, and I'm trying to pull up the translation so you can hear what they're singing about as they are singing in French. So this is a lively party song, and I told them that it needs to have the groove and the energy as if, you know, somebody pulls out their iPhone and connects it to the Bluetooth speaker in someone's house and they all start dancing around to that. Of course, in the 1400s, that was not possible, so somebody would start banging on a drum, like Mr. Pope is going to do for us in a moment, and they would just start singing this song, which has the lovely lyrics of, "When I drink light red wine, friend, everything goes round and round. So from now on, I'll drink Anjou or Au Bois. Let's sing and drink and wage war on this bottle. Let's sing and drink, my friends, let's drink. Good wine renders us merry. Let's sing. Forget our sorrows. Let's sing. While eating of a fat ham on this bottle, let us wage war. Let us drink well. Drink, my friends. Clink glasses. Drink, merrily sing." And then there's some more about eating the fat ham. So this is Tourbillon, which we've had a lot of fun putting together. It's another kind of layering song. We'll start with percussion, and then one by one, each part will come in. So those of you who are French scholars out there, hopefully you'll be able to understand each part that each sentence that each group is singing, because each group has got a slightly different text that we'll be hearing. So this is Tourbillon by the French Renaissance composer Attignon.
Viva
you again, Mr. Pope. Our next song is entitled Requiem, which is often a piece that's sung in Latin as part of a funeral mass. And so this isn't that kind of song. It was actually written by a singer-songwriter named Eliza Gilkyson, but it is in sort of a memoriam style. This was originally written in 2004 following the Asian tsunami as an invocation to compassion and as a song of prayer and comfort. The arranger of this, Craig Hella Johnson, the American conductor, said, "When I first heard this profound and pristinely simple song as a duet beautifully sung by Eliza and her daughter, I heard the invitation for it to be sung communally. I wrote this simple choral arrangement hoping to let the song speak clearly and meaningfully for itself and to give many people an opportunity to experience its universal themes." And you'll hear lots of words of comfort and hope in this, and even though this was written specifically about in response to a tsunami disaster, there's lots of water imagery in it. We've had many discussions over the time that we've been working on this about how appropriate it is for what's going on in the world right now. So we'd like to offer this song in memoriam to all those who have died in the last year from the COVID-19 pandemic and to those who have been affected by it. delighted to have local keyboardist and pianist, the Reverend Sharon Keffer, with us tonight. This is the first time she's accompanied for us, but I've gotten to know Sharon over the last several years as she accompanies a lot around town, in addition to her day job as a reverend in the Nazarene Church. So we're delighted to have her here accompanying us on these last few songs. So this next song is one that we resurrected from last year. It was one we had been working on in the middle of last spring semester that we never got to perform. So a shout out to J.C. Perry and Tate Duncan, who graduated last year's senior class, who loved this song. They were big fans of country music, and they were so excited that we were finally doing a country song in class, and then they never actually got to perform it. So if they ever get to see this, this one's for y'all. So this is a really fun mashup medley of three classic country songs. I think the tagline of this is Forever Country, country hits of then, now, and forever. So it starts off with Country Roads, and that's kind of the main song that happens throughout, but then it gets paired with I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton, and On the Road Again by Willie Nelson, and of course Country Roads by the late great John Denver. So I invite you to sing along with us whenever the refrain for Country Roads comes in. A lot of times the melody for that is sung by our baritone bass section, which is Matthew and Bryce right here in the middle. As you can see, there's only two of them against all these wonderful sopranos and altos behind them. So that's been an interesting challenge. Thankfully, they were both in the same section, so we could always work together. But I'm sure they'd appreciate a little bit of support whenever that melody comes around, so feel free to join in singing us. So this is Forever Country.
You dream
before we sing our last song, I want to take a moment to acknowledge our 4 graduating seniors from choir. So if our 4 seniors would come forward, let me grab your things. So hold tight for a moment. Going to be in whatever order I pull them up. So, first is Sarah Beth. Sarah Beth is here on the end. This is sadly Sarah Beth's first and last choir concert in the upper school concert choir. This is the first year she's been in choir, but she's a seasoned musician and performer, having previously been in band and been involved in the theater program all 4 years. If you saw a fall production of Little Shop, you saw her as one of the Ronettes. I think she was the one named Ronette, right? Even though this is her first year in choir, you wouldn't know it. She jumped in head first, and she used all the musical skills she had from previously playing the oboe and the piano. She's an excellent sight singer, despite never really having done it before until we were in choir. And I've known her all 4 years, but I've been delighted to be able to teach her day in and day out this year. So thank you, Sarah Beth, for your 1 year of contribution, but it feels like many, so we're going to miss you. Next is our other senior it is both their first and last choir concert, and that is Mr. Bryce Harlan. Bryce, this is not the first time I've taught him. I taught him when he was new to Randolph as a sophomore 2 years ago in Theater 1 class. And he did very well in the class, and we encouraged him to try and get involved in choir, because I'd always heard through the grapevine that he did a little bit of singing, but he wouldn't come join choir that year. And then last year he got involved in theater. You probably saw him in the production of We 12, and then of course he had the starring role of Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors, which ended up being a much longer process than we thought it would be, as we began it last December. We were 2 school weeks away from opening it in March, when we had to shut down last year, and we were able to pick back up in August and present it back in October, if any of you saw it. And I love getting to work with Bryce so much on that. He came so far, and again, you wouldn't know this is his first and only year in choir in here. And I know he's off to the University of Montevallo next year to hopefully continue in theater, Hope Choir too. It's been a pleasure getting to know you really well over the last 2 years, but the 3 years that you've been in Randolph. And his younger brother is my advisee, and we've coerced him to go join choir next year as well. So the Harlan tradition will continue despite Bryce graduating. So congratulations, Bryce, and thank you. Acknowledge our other bass, Mr. Matthew Baldone. Matthew is the only senior up here who's been in choir since 3rd grade, all the way back to Young Voices with Miss Hoppy there in the back. All throughout middle school, 6th through 8th grade choir with Mr. Tisla, wherever he is, and then he's been in the upper school concert choir all 4 years. He has been in the baritone, tenor, bass section when it's been 3 people, when it's been 2 people, when it's been 6 or 7 people. He's just always been there, and regardless of how many other people in his section, he is there making music because that's what he loves to do. And I'm so grateful that he's been so dedicated to the program and has been willing to be there no matter how many other people were in his section. So he's off to UAH next year. Dr. Ragsdale, he'll be coming up there. And so I'm pretty sure he plans on continuing to sing with the choirs there. So thank you, Matthew, for many years of dedication to the choir program at Randolph. Last but certainly not least is Lauren Knapp, who has been in the program for 3.5 years. I taught her in music fundamentals for a semester her freshman year. And I don't think she'll mind saying she really wanted to be in Theater 1 that year. Just the way the scheduling worked out, she ended up in my class. But she knew that she wanted to pursue music and or theater, and so she was willing to make the most of this class that she hadn't planned on being in, but ended up loving, and she ended up being a leader in that class, and ended up loving it so much that she ended up joining choir the next year. And of course, she's been involved in many theater productions, both the plays and musicals. again, one of the starring roles as Audrey in Little Shop. And I said this to her the other day, but I said if you had asked me when I met her my first year when she was in 8th grade, and she played a fish in Honk over here in this pool, if any of you saw that we had on stage, I would not have bet that she would become one of the long-standing members of choir in her senior year and one of the leaders in it. And I'm so glad that she did, and it just goes to show you never know how things are going to turn out. So again, Lauren, also off to the University of Montevallo. I wish you all the best, and thank you for your time of dedication. And to all of our seniors, I love you and wish you all the best, and thank you again. I'll let you go back. So there's a line in the previous song that says, "The life I love is making music with my friends." And I think that is really at the heart of why these folks are in choir, why our band friends are in band, why any of us get involved in the arts, because there is nothing like making music together. In particular, singing. Singing is so personal because your whole body is your instrument. And whenever we talk about choir recruitment and why should you join choir, it's because, one, you love to sing, and you love music, and you like to do it with your friends, because it's just as much a communal aspect as it is getting to make music. So we're delighted to end with the very popular song, I'm sure you have all heard it before, Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. This was actually Sarah Coleman Hornsby's suggestion from last year. And coincidentally, she happens to be one of the soloists, along with Ella Grace Anderson. And then we have 3 people on the descant, Ava House, Ella Ragsdale, and Molly McManus. So thank you again for coming. We're delighted to end our portion of the concert with Into the Unknown.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear, and if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls.
Thank you again for being here tonight. We had a lot of fun putting this music together, and we were glad we were able to share it with you tonight. Shout out to all the people that need thanking, the same folks that Dr. Charles thanked previously, if you heard that. Of course, Miss Cheryl Schultz, who keeps this program running, literally making the program and helping us get things set up. Of course, my colleague Dr. Charles for sharing this concert and helping out as our department chair, Coach Ann Scarborough, wherever you are, for all of your support and for letting us use this steel deck and letting your classes help us get it set up and spiking and just helping us get this space ready for our concerts. Of course, again, the wonderful Miss Reverend Sharon Kepper for accompanying us tonight. All of the parents, grandparents, family members, my fellow music teachers, Miss Osman, Miss Hoppy, Mr. T-Slough. Thanks for all the education that you gave to these students up here in their previous years so they could be up here and share this with all of you. Thank you again. We'll be, I don't know where we are on time, but the band should be starting another 10 minutes or so while we reset the stage. So thanks again. Have a great night.